here we go. I'll try to be short on this one. I'm going to get all kinds of hate over this, but I don't care. So somebody asked me a very simple question. What are you going to do for Advent of Code this year? And my answer is nothing. And I'm going to tell the story. You can go ahead and read all of this stuff down here if you want to, but I'll tell you the story. Once upon a time, I found out about Advent of Code through Twitch because all the other Twitch streamers are doing Advent of Code. I'm like, well, okay, this looks fun and useless, but I'll try it. So I did. I tried it. It's like, oh, hey, it's like lead code for the holidays, and you can compete against other people, and you can be ranked higher than everybody else's for your coding ability. And then I started doing it. I started doing it, and I was like going through it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is, why are we doing this? And the whole entire time I just felt useless. But you have to understand something about me. I don't like to code. I code all the time on Twitch and everywhere. I do it all the time. Why? Because I have to code. This is also the reason I like Rust. Did I say that? Go instead of other languages, because I get shit done faster. I don't like coding for the experience and the challenge. I like it because of what it gets me. And during the holidays, there's one thing that I think you should consider. What is the holidays about? The holidays are about helping people and giving of yourself and finding ways to give back and contribute and everything. And if you're going to spend your entire holiday trying to compete against somebody else to do Advent of Code and beat them out, and that's your idea of what the holidays are about, we have very different ideas about what the holidays are about. What I would suggest that you do instead, if you asked, so I'm telling you, what I would suggest you do instead is you find a worthwhile charity, a local organization, or a great FOSS project that has something they need done, and you actually do something during the holidays to help them and learn how to code and stuff your resume with that service that you did for them, even though you're not doing it for that reason, right? You're doing it because you're a good person and it's the holidays. You're not doing it because you want to beat out a bunch of people in some elite fucking code challenge and show how much better you are than them so that you might be able to get a high-end Silicon Valley job that has a whiteboard interview. If that is your idea about what the holidays are about and what you want to do with your time, great. Go do that. We can just agree to disagree. It doesn't mean that I have to hate you or anything. I certainly don't hate you. I just don't think that most people are not good people. I think you should work on your pet project. Work on your pet projects. Okay, so what I did, you know what I do too? Look, there's nothing wrong with like taking the time for personal learning, and that makes the world a better place, right? Right, because you're going to be better off, right? And maybe that's why some people look at the Advent and they're like, oh, it's self-improvement. It's making me a better coder, and I'm going to be able to contribute better to the world. It's not about getting the money. It's about being a better coder. If that's true, great. That's true, great. I think you should go for it. I don't think that's true in most cases. And the other thing too that I think that you might want to be able to do is that you should, there are other things that you can do to train yourself, and you can get more direct control over your learning. I think a lot of people like the Advent of Code because it's like all bottled up for them nicely. It's all packaged up and then with a nice bow on it. It's like, here's what you need to do to learn to be a good coder, and according to some other random person who spent their time doing it. And so they go ahead and do it. We're tech nerds, not therapists. Yeah, well, that says a lot, really. Go work for Elon. You'll do really well there. So, I just can't say, look, I am not judging you if you're doing it. I am judging you. I am thinking that you're wasting your time, but I judge people all the time about that, including myself. Look, everybody has to have enough downtime, stuff like that, and people play games and people decide what to do with their time. But during the holidays, if you're gonna look for something positive to do that's also educational, my only challenge would be to you is to look beyond some prepackaged, elite code challenge thing, and maybe look for someone you can help. Maybe look for, maybe instead of learning something, maybe you help somebody else learn. Maybe use that time to mentor somebody else. Maybe you take time to write a book. Maybe you contribute to a project. I just think there's just so many other things you can do with your time that when I'm doing this, I'm just explaining my position. When I was doing Advent of Code, all I could think about the whole time was, this is such a fucking waste of my time. And then I went and I actually reviewed my C coding. I went through Head for C and we did a boost together. We might do that again. We might learn NIM. NIM is a great language to go pick up. There were a lot of things that we were doing during that time. And as a community on Twitch, we got together and we said, okay, we're not going to do that, but let's actually go learn another language. Let's go learn C. Let's go work through the book together and learn something that matters. Because Advent of Code does not matter. I'm sorry, I don't like to put it out there like that, but other than the maybe 10 people who get hired at the top of the level, That's fine. Maybe they get hired and everything, but all the other people that participate in it, like sheep, because everybody's doing it. I mean, use some individuality. Use some, take your independence. Take this as an opportunity to be an autodidact and set up your own learning platform. Set up your own, Kubernetes cluster. Do whatever it takes. You don't need admin code to give you permission to do these things. You never have. But people use it as an excuse. And so if that's your excuse, fine. I'm just going to say, go beyond. All right. You know what? If you don't like that and you feel very strongly and you want to call me names, that's fine. I welcome them down in the YouTube thing. I mean, God knows I've been called plenty of names already. But this is going to be the video that I send out to everybody during December when they ask me, what do you think of Advent of Code? And I think nothing, because I don't do it. It's a waste of time. Please pick up NIM. Yes, I love NIM. That's the thing. I'm trying to decide whether to do NIM or C during the break this year. I'm trying to try NIM or C. I've already tried Dart a little bit. I don't know if I like it. And do I want to do the Advent of Code in that language to get acquainted with the language? I don't need Advent of Code for that, right? Especially NIM. I want to actually code something substantial I can use. I don't want to see how bad of an idea it is to do Advent of Code in C, or how esoteric it is to do, Advent of Code in brainfuck just to prove that I can do it. Those are not things that I like to do. Over opinionated nerd Santa. It's definitely me. I think a lot of people will agree with the opinions related to the importance of the holidays, but not everyone has their decades of experience. 40 hours a week to have enlightened opinions. That might be true, but you can call it enlightened. You can also call it curmudgeon-y or boomer opinions. I'm getting more and more impervious to those things. When you say those things, they do hurt, though. I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt me when Rust for Coffee comes in here and says that I am an old useless nerd living in his parents' basement. After I got done laughing, it does hurt. So at least be nice to me. I kind of look like Santa. Who knows? Maybe I am Santa. Maybe the whole fucking thing is real, and you're gonna get something way worse than coal. Yeah. Have fun. Do whatever you can, but whatever. Have a great holiday. Please have a great holiday.